Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Stellaris, where despite our attempts at having this be a peaceful game, this has, not been. So, it's been very, very not peaceful, that's for sure. I do want to work on getting some more of these worlds terraforming, because we've got 28, almost 29k biomass right now. And I definitely want to work on this. We can start getting some of these going over to tropical worlds, which is exactly what I want to do. So we're going to get these going. That's going to spend a good chunk of our biomass right there. Let's get this going over to a tropical world as well. There we go. So that's like 4 of them and like 20k. And let's get one more going here. There we go. So that is now underway, and we've got our biomass relatively spent down. So now we can focus on prosecuting our war here. And that's exactly what the plan is. So we're currently bombarding here.
The wild
and eventually we'll get this taken down, but it's been spicy.
Widen.
We did just finish up autonomous ship intellects, and we also could get access to chloroplastic cysts, which is maybe a good thing. Particle beams? Honestly, I'm thinking about this, and I'm thinking, I think I'd prefer a kinetic artillery. So we may hold off on that one for the time being. We do have a lot of things that we can work on here, no doubt about it. Let's grab chloroplastic cysts for now, and we're going to finish up our mature stingers soon enough. So that seems good. We're just continuing to bombard here for now and working up our devastation, and it's going up fairly quickly. So that seems okay for now. Now, we can head down this way, and we can continue to reinforce this fleet. There's only so much reinforcement that it can take, right? So surely that'll get done soon enough. As of right now, I don't know why these guys are chilling in Ebonar. They'd be much more useful if they would go down to, like, Barban and bombard. If they'd come bombard right here. But alas, they're not doing that. So I guess this is fine. Also, why are you here? This is a very silly thing for this ship to be doing. It's just going to die. Actually, there's 3 ships here. It wouldn't have even been able to take that starbase, let alone taking the starbase and the fleets here. So I don't know what the point of that was. That was very silly. But whatever, I guess it's fine. So down over this direction, we're working on taking over Talandra. But these 2 fleets are not the strongest in the world, right? This fleet is now considered to be at full strength, which means we can start putting alloys here if we choose to. But I kind of don't choose to. For the moment, what I want to do is I want to come down over here and come up like this. And I do see these guys out over here. If they come up this way and attack at Plant Heart again, that's going to be an awkward situation. I'm not even sure where our capital is now. Now that I think about it. What's our capital? I don't see... Oh, here it is. Eartheus. Okay. Our capital is Eartheus now. Well, that's interesting. So, for now, that's fine. It is going to go back to being Plant Heart, for sure. But we'll have to restore Plant Heart first, and that is fine.
Horizons widen.
So we're busily bombarding here, working our way through the garrisons very slowly. The devastation is at 26%, and we've finished tachyon sensors, which is neat, but that's fine for now. There are void worms here, and a lot of them. Wow. Okay. A whole lot of void worms coming through the Kimithar wormhole. Now we know that void worms are a problem at this moment, right? And this fleet is heading in over here. That's a 70k fleet. Okay. These 2 are going to go away because they're heading to the hyper relay.
Life stirs in the void.
I think. Actually, they might not. Intriguing. I think they're going to get out of there. That is quite remarkable. Well, we're going to head down over this way and attack Alpha Hydri. We also have a friendly fleet down here. So that is very good for us. No doubt about that. Now we have enough biomass at this point to start terraforming another one of these toxic worlds. So we'll get that going for now. There's also this one up here. I should have gotten that one first, but that's okay. So for the time being, we're mostly avoiding this down here, and we can grab, I guess, hyper-adaptive evolution. That's okay. I would absolutely love if somebody would take care of these void worms for us. Now, theoretically, we can take care of the void worms, but I do not want to give up on this bombardment. We need to get pushed through here, right? That's the overall idea anyway. So what's the status here? Oh, that's going to be a lot. Okay. Noted. This war is going to stretch on for quite a long time, I'm afraid. So we're going to head directly up to Nivan at this moment. That'll be fine. And once we have that taken over, the question is, okay, this fleet is pursuing out this way. The strength of this fleet is not high. So we need to keep that in mind. That's absolutely a concern here. Also a concern is these void worms. I'm not sure what they're doing. But they're not getting attacked by this station. What's their plan? Are they going to go, like, set up a hive? I don't know. That'll be interesting.
Shelter engaged.
We probably shouldn't let them just pass through. So I'm going to grab one of these fleets. And we're going to head over, and we're going to try to attack this further behind
Shelter
worm
being
here.
ravaged.
So we're going to do something like that. And this is down over here. Yeah.
The canopy thin.
They actually have multiple fleets now in Alpha
Mining
Hydri, and I'd
station
love
severed.
it if they'd actually go and fight this fleet. That would be phenomenal. Unfortunately, I don't think they're going to. Our plan right now is to sit here and get repairs for this moment. Now, we do need to replace something here. Hang on. This is the Federation fleet? No, here we need to replace something. This is going to be just juveniles. What? That was weird. Okay, I don't know what that was. It gave us these 6 mature weavers, and we've got 2 mature weavers here. Where are these? I'm not sure where these 6 mature weavers are right now. Where are we? Here. Oh, they're right here. Okay. Well, we should definitely cancel these 2 mature weavers. And then bring that down like this. Or actually, we can just have it be like this. And then we can grab 2 of these mature weavers from here. Like that. And then these guys can move into the Flourishing Corolla, like that. And then I don't know what we'll have these guys do. Maybe that could start making another fleet, but I don't feel like we can actually do that. It can just kind of move along with us for now. These guys are heading to the Hyper Relay, which tells me that they're going to Rothbalek. There's nowhere else they can go, and they probably don't want to go here and fight this fleet anyway, which is currently just sitting here. So I'm going to head here, and we're going to push down this direction and see if we can maybe pincer this guy. That would be nice. Now, as far as all of this goes, we have arrived here. The void worms are quite slow, so we can catch them pretty easily, and let's just get them wiped out here. That's the dream. So we're definitely going to take some damage here, but that's okay. We do see a couple of allied fleets popping in here.
Predators engaged.
So there's that.
Scattered remnants reclaimed.
Okay, so we're going to take out these void
Evading
worms. They should
predators.
not be particularly challenging, especially since these are not being engaged, which is very convenient. Okay, there we go. Now we're engaging these. Perfect. So the void worms are pretty out of here. The reinforcements are coming in, but they're not necessary. So that all looks absolutely fine for right now. Get out of here, void worms. I just didn't want them to do whatever it was they were going to do. There's more void worms coming through, by the way. So there is that. We do have some awkwardness going on here, that's for sure. Okay, go ahead and reinforce this. And that just selected these again. I don't know why. But we do have these on the way, and so that looks okay. Yeah, it just splits these off. Bizarre. I don't know what the game is trying to do there. It's very strange. Regardless, I'm going to have these head over to Kimithar. It seems like it's overbuilding certain types, and I have to assume that's because of the aging. They have actually moved into Nivan. We're going to head up over there ourselves because we want to fight this force. Absolutely. So we're going to get in there, and we're going to look to fight them as soon as we can. So that seems fine, and we're going to continue to fight these void worms, who are currently just hopping, I think, right into Helito, which is perfect for us.
Horizons widened.
Okay, just come up here and fight them. Don't worry about the hyper relay. There we go. So we're heading up there. Mining station output is fine. Advanced afterburners, we've got mining station output again. I want to go for quill batteries. We're going to start getting some artillery online because that'll be a very handy thing indeed. So we're going to be fighting these guys. We'll see how this goes. We've got these extra ships that are going to take the brunt of this, which is okay. But we've got a lot of mess going on here. We need this war to wrap up eventually so that we can figure out how we're going to handle that, right? That'll be nice, but for right now, there's not really time to deal with it. So that's okay. At this moment, I want to go for bioplasma cannons, maybe? Or jump drives. We'll go for jump drives. We're only 8 months away from jump drives. Not that we're going to have our ships equipped with jump drives anytime soon. So this battle is chaotic,
Invasive growth engaged.
and I have no idea if we're winning this or not. I think
Shelter
we
being
are,
ravaged.
but it's close. It's very close. Yeah, we're winning it, but that could definitely have been cleaner. No doubt about that. So that's all fine for now. We do have these guys up over here, though. This dimensional fleet is currently attacking us, and we have these guys out here still fighting the Void Worm. So we have to hope that these guys are capable of dealing with this dimensional fleet, and they are not, I don't think. That dimensional fleet is significant, and we've got more Void Worms coming in over here. So that's unfortunate. We're going to have these guys be chilling right up over here. We have allies on the way up to Demas. But this force has to retreat. We have no choice. Unfortunate that we were pushed out of this again. Why are all of the void worms coming through this wormhole? I don't know, but they are. So that's fine for now. These guys won their battle down over here. And that, of course, means that we need to bring back our number of maulers here, our number of weavers. And actually, that was, I think, like 2 weavers here. And then the maulers go up like that. Couple more mature weavers that are apparently of a different class. I guess a different upgrade level. And this is another weaver here, so we need those. This is a harbinger, so we need to get a juvenile harbinger in here and then reinforce that. So that's not fully good to go, but that's fine for the moment. We'll have these guys hop down and clean this up, and then they're going to head up over towards Litugina, like that. So that seems fine. Unfortunately, we're pushed out of Demas once again.
Predators engaged.
But there's really not much that we can do about it, because we keep having these worms come through. So we have to deal with these, and then once those worms are dealt with, maybe then we can head up and deal with this dimensional fleet. Or maybe our allies will do it. That'd be nice. Okay, so there's those worms dealt with. Now this force, we do need to... I hit the reinforce button, but we don't necessarily want that. We've got 2 maulers here. Okay. So we're going to bring back our number of maulers to 10. Okay, so that's our maulers maxed out. This that we have here, this is weavers. So we need to have this have a certain number of weavers, 7, it would appear. Yes. So we can take 7 weavers from here. I'm going to split this fleet, and I'm going to split it again. And then these guys are going to merge in right here, like that. So that'll give us those weavers. Then we can take a look here, and we can see that we are at 140 out of 150. This is such a mess. I really wish that we could wrap up these wars. That would be so nice. But I think these need to be maulers. So we're just going to do that. And that apparently moved off two more of these weavers. Okay, sure. I don't know what's going on with that, to be honest. But we need to get repairs done here, and that basically means, well, I'd really like to come up and attack here. The question is, what are our allies doing? Not that. Okay. So that pretty much means that we have to go to Dhaka and get repairs. Okay. Well, that's very awkward. This entire war is incredibly awkward for us. We did not anticipate fighting our Federation leader, and yeah, it's been very awkward. We need to wrap up this war, but alas,
Predatory shelter engaged.
that's not how this type of war works. We'd really like it if our allies would start actually contributing. That'd be convenient. I mean, they're contributing some, but not as much as we'd like. That's for sure. Okay, so we do see a
Evading
friendly fleet
hostile
up
growth.
over here that may be strong enough. 229k. This is a strong enough dimensional fleet to probably fight this attack swarm. I hope that they do. That'd be very convenient. So we see that they have moved in with their dimensional fleet over here. And we've moved in over here as well. Our reinforcements are here. So we should be able to take this on. In theory. Anyway. So that seems fine for now. Now we do have these maulers, which are probably going to be moved into this fleet once it returns. That's probably going to be the plan there. So that seems fine for now. This area is relatively under control. This area up here is still being heavily fought over. They've actually backed off with their dimensional fleet here. That's good for us. So we're going to get repairs here and continue to reinforce this
Predatory
fleet
shelter
as resources allow. So we'll continue to work on that. Reinforcements continue to flow in here, but we would be very happy to get these guys up to Plant Heart. Let's do that for now. That seems good. So we're attacking down over this direction. That'll all be done soon enough. And over here in Dhaka, we are going to have these repairs done very soon. This guy can get artillery focus, which I think is probably good. If only we had artillery. That'd be nice. But alas, we do not, and we will continue to reinforce this fleet, which is now allegedly at full strength. Reinforcements will continue to flow in, and that's understood. So we can't move in here as of right now. Not without reinforcements, so that's understood. We will have to wait on that. We do see a battle happening out over this direction, which we expect our allies to lose, but they are going to do some damage. So that's something, anyway. Yeah, our allies are losing that. They did deal some damage, but that means that we're now exposed on this front, theoretically. But this fleet is nearby. And if this fleet manages to take out this fleet, that's a very big deal for us. So that would be phenomenal. We've got this under control now, and now we're going to head up towards Litugina and look to wrap up this front. It will be very, very good if we can get this front wrapped up. If we can compress this down to essentially 2 fronts, one here, that's going to be a big deal for us. So that's good. So we have these guys up in Dhaka. I want them to move over to Plant Heart at this moment. I suspect that's where these guys are retreating to. Now, this fleet here is quite weak, and I want to take a look at this. We have all juveniles there, so that looks good. And we'll continue to reinforce this fleet and get some more forces moving in here. Okay. So that all seems fine for now. I think the reason we're having such a big mess with our fleets is because of the aging, and that's understandable. So we can grab, say, advanced research enclosures, and our cognitive node could get some expertise here. I'm just going to take 5% research speed. Beautiful. So now I'm going to come up here, and we're going to terraform this world into a tropical world.
New knowledge blooms.
There we go. And we now have access to mature stingers. Not that we can really do much with that right now. Fleet command limit plus 30 is going to be useful, so we'll take that. They're now moving into Dakika with their dimensional fleet, I think. Yeah, so they have 2 fleets coming in here. They've got their dimensional fleet and their second attack swarm. This is a bad idea. They should not do this. We've got our allied fleets here. We're going to let them take point. We would rather not take the brunt of this at this moment. We are going to fight. But we're going to wait, and we're going to let these guys... Why are you not moving?
Foreign blight.
Now they're all moving in. So this seems good. This fleet is going to take a lot of damage, but
knowledge blooms.
That's good for us. We won't take that much damage.
Shelter being ravaged.
So that all looks good for the moment. Quill batteries are done. We have a lot of work to do on getting our ships up to spec, but as of right now, there's really not much we can do about it. However, this fleet is back, so we're going to have this go and get upgrades. Now, one thing we could think about doing is we could think about going to our stingers here, and we could think about putting in quill batteries here, like this. And then down this direction, these are going to be plasma. Well, these are all large, actually. We can have 3 plasma and 6 quill batteries, like that. And then I'm going to change this around a little bit. We're going to have neutronium carapaces like this, shields like that, and then that can go there. Asteroidal carapace instead, if we've got the power, which we definitely do. And this could even be a second asteroidal carapace. And then for the juvenile, we're going to have the growth gland. Okay, something like that. We'll save that. That looks fine for now. For our harbingers, we're not going to change anything. We're not going to change anything on any of these except for the stingers for the moment. But that is all going to be something that needs to be worked on. So I'm going to merge together all of these units if we can. The merge key is not working. Yeah, the merge key is definitely not working. It's because we are upgrading. And for the time being, I'm going to actually cancel that upgrade. I'm going to merge these in, and then we're going to upgrade. And then we need to take a look at this. So we see that we've got these mature maulers and these mature maulers. And we've got these elder maulers and these elder maulers. Okay, so we're going to need to... This is 5 out of 3. So we need that to be there for right now. Now we need to add in juvenile maulers and max that out like that. Okay, weavers. No juvenile weaver here. This mature weaver can be like this. And we've actually got like a few too many of the elder weavers. Noted. But for now, that seems fine. Harbingers are okay, and we've got the stingers. Cool. So let's get these upgrading, and we can reinforce this fleet like that. So that's all underway. Now, the question is, how is this battle going to play out? And the answer is we'll win.
Predatory
But
sheltering.
how much losses are we going to incur? The answer is not very much, because we deliberately positioned ourselves to not take many losses here. And that's exactly what happened. In fact, we took very few losses. Yeah. Having this be the growth mechanism is creating problems, but it's fine. So I'm going to have this unit come and attack Demas again. So that is going to be the goal here. We want to get back up over there as soon as possible. We're going to attack Littlegina and start bombardment here. But this is going to take a long time to bombard, and we've gotten very little done in terms of that. So that's understood. Hopefully our allies will start, actually pressing in and dealing with some of these problems. That would be nice. They are starting to get some of that under control, it feels like. But it's taken them so long to get anywhere. Okay, so we're going to be attacking up over in Demas, and that's fine. We want to continue to reinforce this fleet, of course, which is now allegedly at full strength. And this fleet down over here cannot reinforce a template which is larger than the current template limit. Yeah. 186 out of 150. Like I said, we're having major issues with the way that the game is handling the ship maturation, which is sad.
The path is laid.
But alas, it is what it is. So that's fine for now. We're busily taking out these stations. We're splitting our fire, unfortunately, between these two. That's a very dumb thing to do. We should focus our fire here and then go up here, but whatever. Regardless, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to continue to push through here and see what we can get done. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Dark Horse, Ethan Feldman, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.